I'm a Muppets fanatic. I love, the Sesame Street Muppets, the regular Muppets, all of them, Fraggle Rock, Jim Henson in general. So when you said that, that just made my day. Demented Cookie Monster. But yeah, the new film is a feature length. I've done a couple, but this will be our first feature length horror film. And I'm writing the next draft now. I'm getting close to finishing it, and then we'll be finding a producer and stuff. We've got a little bit of investment already, so I'm hoping to find the rest and be able to make it. But yeah, it's about a children's entertainer. She loses her job. Her studio is shut down. It's a public access studio, and some tech bro buys it and wants to destroy it for tech reasons, AI and stuff like that. Yeah, she kind of gets to the end of her rope. She doesn't have a lot left, but before she can end herself and off herself, her puppet comes to life and convinces her that she shouldn't do that. She should be offing these guys instead. So that's kind of the idea.
Interesting. Oh, I love that. I love that
Yeah.
idea.
Thanks.
For a lot of like filmmakers or authors or musicians, they have to like to be creative, they have to go to a place, like either a place in their house, like a nook, or like a literal cabin in the woods. Are you that kind of person that you need your environment to kind of inspire you?
Um, I that's something I've been trying to figure out as a writer because I most of the time I just write at home, kind of in my like I have a chair that I sit on. I put on a movie I've already seen before, maybe, or some music, and then I kind of I just write there. But I have in times gone to a coffee shop or when I've been traveling, I've been able to write there. So I'm not somebody who needs it to be a very specific way, but I usually do just write it at home in my nook, as you said.
Yeah. I don't know if
Yeah.
you've ever seen the film Scare Me. Um,
Oh yeah.
with the two creatives are like trying to write and they like act out their stories or whatever.
Yeah, yeah, that's a
Um,
great one. Josh
yeah,
Rubin.
yeah, yes, he's always so great.
Yeah.
Um, in your career, have there been story ideas that just haven't worked out in any of the scripts that you've written? And do you like keep those for potential future projects?
Yes and yes. I have a lot of idea. I mean, I've got a lot of scripts that I've written that I just know I can't get the budget for realistically yet. I know I got to climb the ladder a little bit further. So yeah, I'm kind of sitting on those ideas. Sometimes, like this particular idea, the feature we're going to be doing is an idea I've had since college. It's not exactly the same, but that seed is something I've had since I was in school. And so it stuck with me for so long that I was like, this has got to get made in some way. And it evolved
Yeah,
into Munch of the Monster, which is that script. Yeah, the feature we're going to do.
nice. Okay.
Yeah.
So obviously making films since your middle school, like, do you have ideas that go back to that era of your life?
Um, I don't think so. I think college is where the good ideas maybe like the little pieces of ideas started to stick. Because before that it was a lot of, imitating what I wanted to be or, trying to be something I wasn't maybe. And high school's you're trying to figure yourself out. High school, middle
Mhm.
school, yeah. So no, not necessarily. I don't think so. I mean, in my a feature I did right after college, I did have some characters that were in a high school thing, but they were just it's not really an idea or anything. It was just kind of a homage to what I had made. But that's about it. That's
Okay.
the closest I've gotten to
So what
that.
are some of your films that you made in middle school?
Ooh, so uh middle school was I kind of did stuff with my sister, like I did a Godzilla fan film with my action figures and stuff. It wasn't really until I got to high school that we had my high school, I was lucky to have a film festival every semester for students.
Okay. Oh wow.
And yeah, that kind of got me. I'm from Avon, Indiana, which is so random, but they had a film festival every semester, and it got me in the mode of making things every semester. Like I wanted to always have at least one thing in that festival. So yeah, it really was a combination of just finding my love of film, and then also, luckily enough, a film festival starting and in my school. So those two things together really kind of shaped me into wanting to be this.
And you bring up Godzilla. Like, what other? films or like practical monsters showed you what horror could be?
Ooh, that's a good question. When I was really young, I was super afraid. Like my imagination was too good and too big. I just didn't watch horror that much. I would go to the video store and see the tape cases, the covers, the
Mhm.
art, and that alone freaked the hell out of me. My imagination just did so much. But definitely Godzilla. And when I was younger, that wasn't scary to me. So I loved Godzilla, and his, rogue gallery of monsters. Beyond that, when I got a little older, Michael Myers of Halloween. That I know he's more of a human than a monster, but he was my entry point to into horror. My mom was super into Halloween, and when I got to old enough, we watched it together, and it just kind of blew my brain open. And then for Tasty Bones in particular, a lot there has a lot of Japanese monster movie influence, but also Creature from the Black Lagoon
Okay.
is a big one
Yeah.
for me nowadays. He's just my favorite designed movie monster, I think, outside of Godzilla. I think Godzilla's still king, so it's hard for me to dethrone him. But yeah, Creature from the Black Lagoon was a big influence on this one for sure.
Yeah, I could definitely feel that. It's like Creature from the Black Lagoon meets like Godzilla meets like a Muppet.
Yes, yes.
Basically, yeah.
Love it.
So now a basis for this film is like whistling at night. It's kind of like stories that you hear. Um, okay, what specifically sparked that idea for this film?
Yeah, I had been reading a lot of folklore. There's a lot of books out there, indigenous folklore, Korean folklore, cultures in Canada. There's just a lot of folklore about whistling at night. The Appalachias, they have
Hmm.
a lot of like being in the woods at night is just scary, and I've never felt the need to whistle because I don't know, it just feels like you can, that kind of idea scares me, being
Yeah,
out by yourself far enough away from everybody and accidentally calling something to you. So yeah, it came out of this inspiration of this folklore for sure. And then like what if this dumb white guy that has no idea about any of this stuff just whistles in the woods at night, what's gonna happen? So yeah, that kind
yeah,
of came from that stuff.
yeah. Definitely, there's like a fear of that. Like you don't know what's gonna like respond to you or like, you know.
Yeah, absolutely. Like, I mean, I know realistically my brain's like, there's nothing out there, but there might be something out there.
Yeah. So actually, I live in West Virginia, so like
Oh,
Appalachian, like, um, like Mothman or
yeah.
alien abduction
Yes.
sightings,
Yeah,
and even
cryptids.
yeah,
Oh,
yeah,
yeah, that definitely. I wanted to play with like our own kind of cryptid almost, like try to come up with our own thing. So yeah, it
yeah,
kind of definitely plays into like Mothman's. I love Mothman. I love that stuff.
yes.
Yeah,
I've never gotten to visit like upstate where like most of the supposed sightings of Mothman
yeah,
happened,
yeah.
but I've always wanted to.
That would be awesome.
Yeah, yeah. So. I just want to shift gears here a little bit. Like in your career, I know you have a long career. Like, what have been some of the toughest life and professional lessons that you've had to learn?
Oh, wow. Yeah, that's a big one. Um, Life lessons. The thing for me is film is a very collaborative art, but we need to find ways to make it happen, even if we can't find the folks that we think we need to do it.
Mm,
I'm very much somebody who doesn't like to wait around for someone to say yes to something. If I've written a script and I can't get the money for it, I will probably shift my mind to a smaller thing because I really need to create. I like need to make things. And
yeah,
some folks just have the idea and they really want to make that idea, which I respect. I'm just somebody who, if that idea is not happening quick enough for me, I might make something smaller in the meantime while I'm working on that. So it really is just, about making it happen, even if you don't have, because eventually you will find those people. They'll see you doing this and making it, no matter what, and they'll want to be a
yeah,
part of it. They'll glom towards you, and then you'll find people that you trust and people that will come through because unfortunately you've got a lot of people in a lot of the arts industries who are super excited to be there, and then they'll ask to be this part or this role, and then they'll get overwhelmed. They don't really know exactly how much they have to put in for that particular piece of the film. So it really is just trying to find your people, and that's really important. But no matter what, just trying to make it happen with what you have. That's really
Yeah.
what I've been trying to focus on.
Now with Tasty Bones, there's such a style to it, um, along with like the character design. So like in general, like when you're working with a DP, um, like is that generally a pretty like fulfilling collaboration?
Yes, and I've been working with the same DP since I've moved to Austin, essentially for 16 years almost, and over 16 years, not almost. We're past that point. Um, so I've been working with his name's Travis Ward, and he's a great DP in town here, and we are somebody who started in the internet sketches, and he kind of shifted to camera department, and from there, we kind of started working together in those two roles. I was writer director, he was the camera, and we've just stuck together since then. Like we've really worked really well together. He takes, my direction really well, and he's able to get the vision with such a small budget. Like, we're micro filmmakers, micro budget, and he's just really good at it. So yeah, I feel like having a relationship with a DP is really helpful, and the one I had, like, he's one of my best friends, so he's just a good guy and he delivers, and for sure.
Now we've touched on Muppets, but I'm curious, like what's your favorite Muppet?
My answer's boring. I'm a Kermit boy. I like Kermit.
Okay. I get,
As
yeah.
yeah, as the guy who often has to lead a bunch of weirdos to try and make a thing happen. He's just very relatable as a character. Second place, I like Gobo from the Fraggle Rock, and then
Okay.
Miss Piggy. Miss Piggy's up there too nowadays. I think she's the bomb.
Yeah. I think yeah, those three, like probably Miss Piggy and maybe Elmo.
Oh yeah,
Um
that's a good one.
yeah, I mean because I grew up on Sesame Street, so
Yeah.
and then there's like of course the Grouch
Right,
as
Oscar.
well.
Yeah,
So
I was when I
Oscar.
was little. I always loved Grover. Grover was my guy.
Oh yeah. Yeah, he's good too.
He's classic.
Yeah. Yeah. So kind of I just kind of like want to wrap up a little bit here. Like what else is on the horizon for you next as you're writing the script for the new film?
Yeah. Well, that's kind of the focus right now. Munch of the Monster is hopefully the next thing we do. I'm wanting to do it this year, hopefully, maybe November. I just got to finish this draft. That's the biggest concern. As far as Tasty Bones, we've just started. That was our premiere. We've just started our festival tour. We've got two more locked in. I can't say right now, unfortunately, but they should be announced this month. And yeah, it's basically that's my focus, traveling with Tasty Bones, hopefully playing a lot of places and meeting a lot of people, and then at the same time trying to find folks that maybe want to help make this monster movie with Munch of the Monster.
Yeah. I'm kind of curious, like how do you set about trying to find funding and a producer to back your project?
Yeah, it's different with each project, obviously. For this one, I'm really trying to find somebody who I haven't worked with before, who, might have connections that I don't have. That's what I'm really trying to find, is the person that can fill in those gaps. Because I've produced a lot of my own projects, so I have a lot of producing mindset to me when I'm making a thing. However, I can't, it's hard to do it all, as we've discussed. And yeah, I'm just trying to find people who can fill in those gaps if it's somebody I already know or maybe someone who knows somebody. That's kind of what I'm looking for a producer. But in the past, I've worked with a lot of great producers who have helped with locations, casting. It's just the funding is a big question mark for some folks. We've done a lot of crowdfunding and stuff. So I'm really trying to find a producer who might know more about that world to bring
Yeah.
in.
Now, are there like indie like production companies that you're kind of eyeing as well?
Um, Not necessarily production companies, because I feel like we have the crew. Like I could fill out the crew. I know crew. It's
Mhm.
just yeah, the money's the biggest thing. And like we
Right.
have a little bit, but hoping to fill in the rest would be amazing.
Yeah, I'm sure. Cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, again, like Tasty Bones was again, it's just so much fun. Such a simple like setup for the story of just like,
Yeah.
camping in the woods and then this monster shows up. So,
Yeah.
I'm excited
It
for
was
more people to
that
see it
this
for these like upcoming festivals. So,
Thank you. Me too. Me too. And this short was very much like I wanted to make something with a practical monster. The monster was the focus for this. Um, some of the team members were like, "We're really only doing a 5 minute short for this monster." And I was like, "Yes, we got to showcase this monster. It's just got to be this tight thing." And we might expand upon it. This is like a short where I could see like some of my shorts. I like you said earlier. I really wanted to feel contained. I wanted to be beginning, middle, and end. I want it to be a story. But I could see this one being expanded into maybe like a found footage movie almost, and like they're
oh,
trying to
yeah,
find what happened to that guy. Like like maybe it's a prequel to something. I don't know. We'll see. But yeah,
yeah,
this was very much just like I want to bring this monster to life. We've never had that opportunity. We had some awards from another film festival, and we were able to do it from there. And so yeah, I really appreciate that. Like I hope people dig it. The monster is what we're
yeah.
wanting people to really love.
Did the monster change much from script to screen?
Yes. So this is also another first time where I've worked with a concept artist to really bring my ideas to life as opposed to me just writing what I think it is and then figuring it out. I found an artist down here in Austin, Other Side Prints is their company, and he was at a horror convention for the horror for the holidays, and I just saw his art and I loved it, and we started talking, and like everything I had in my head early on was kind of stuff we'd seen before, and I really didn't like it. Like what's the deer man that a lot of people, what is the
Oh,
uh, yeah, what is that called?
Wendigo?
Wendigo, yes. I
Yeah.
couldn't get a Wendigo out of my head. The antlers and like tree branches coming off of it and stuff. So I was like, here's what I want, which was a big eyes. I wanted giant eyes and a mouth that was just unsettling with a bunch of teeth. And then I want to make like I wanted him to look like he was made of the earth. And my concept artist took that and he made a couple first drafts and I gave him notes. And then yeah, just through that, we were able to come up with this together and he did an incredible job. It was the first time I've ever got to do anything like that, and it was a lot of fun. I mean,